Hello everyone. I hope that this video finds everyone staying safe and healthy. My name is Randall and I'm the head coach here at Nazareth College. Before I get started, I would like to give a big shout out to Dan Shamati, Paul Richards, John Hogan, and Logan Greco for initiating the Coaching Through Cancellation program. We appreciate the invitation and having the opportunity to present to you. This has been a great learning platform for our staff and has helped us get through this tough time. Today I'm going to talk with you about our substitution game. We refer to this as a game within the game. We attempt to break the game down into 2 to 5 minute segments that we try to focus on and win. The substitution game is simply another area of the game that we always try to win. In our opinion, we feel this is an underutilized part of the game and an area of the game that we focus on a lot. We want to create unsettled scoring opportunities for all of our players, and our goal is to play fast. With better opponents who play more complex defenses, along with the advent of the shot clock, it has become tougher for us to manufacture 6-on-6 settled scoring opportunities. We also want to put our opponents in uncomfortable defensive situations. And most importantly, this is a fun way for our guys to play and a fun way for us to coach. The first piece to our substitution game is developed in the way we practice. We spend 50 to 75% of our practice time on transition and unsettled situations. Everything that we do in unsettled situations really emphasizes moving the ball out of your stick within 2 to 4 seconds. We work on this through our fundamental stick drills, in short field games, half field drills, full field scrimmages, ground ball drills, breakouts, riding drills, and many other areas. For the majority of these drills, everyone, no matter their position, is playing both offense and defense. Having poles and short stick D middies that can handle the ball, play with their eyes up, and be scoring threats makes the substitution game exciting for us. The offensive players love these transition situations, but more importantly, we want to put our defensemen, long stick middies, and short stick D middies in as many unsettled offensive situations as possible. If executed properly, the substitution game usually allows us to create more transition situations, and we think we can create a defensive slide or a mismatch through proper execution. Our substitution patterns and general guidelines. First off, we must have an organized box area. This starts with having an organized coach that can take control of that area. This is much easier said than done. This coach oftentimes cannot focus on the actual game as much because the box area can get very crazy. The box coach has his own full-time job over there. This is an area on the sideline that the head coach probably needs to stay away from. Our assistant coaches, Troy Heffel and Jesse Elliott, have done an outstanding job in coaching the box these last 2 years. The next thing we want to focus on is getting the closest defenseman to the substitution box after a clear, a face-off win, or any time we want to sub a player. This allows us to get a fresh midfielder in the game on the defensive side of the field. We have always tried to sub through the midfield as much as possible. We refer to this as our tuna sub. We want the entry player subbing in at the midfield to be at least 5 yards off the midfield to gain a full sprint by the time he crosses the midfield line. This is a key coaching point in our subbing game. When subbing, ideally we want to get the ball carrier to be outside the box and preferably in the high wing areas, or what we refer to as our highway area. We also feel that we can be better organized in our sub game when we sub one player at a time. Our guys know that the first guy in fills the far side. Second guy fills the top middle area, and the third guy dodges into the near side area looking for a strong downhill dodge. This helps us vacate dodging areas and keeps the field balanced. These first clips will show examples of us keeping the field balanced with our subbing middies. Here's another example of how we keep the field balanced with our midfielders through the substitution game. As you'll see, this puts us right into our quick strike offensive set with a strong downhill dodge from the near side midi. As you will see with this example, we don't always create a scoring opportunity off the initial downhill dodge. Our midi here, though, does a great job of drawing the slide and moving the ball through X. This creates great ball movement and a mismatch back here on the near side with a shorty matched up on an attackman. This simple sub and dodge evolves into a great scoring opportunity. We have many other different looks or options that we try to create in our subbing game. First and most basic substitution for us is a full sprint exit to the midfield, trying to simply beat our opponent. Our other options or counters would be a reverse, a fake reverse, a tuna pick, and our hangman series. In this clip, you will see an example of us creating an advantage by using a full sprint to the midfield. Here is a clip of our long stick midi sprinting to the midfield line. As you will see, our attackman does a good job of getting the ball to the highway area, shortening the pass to the midi subbing in. Here's another example of gaining an advantage through the midfield. Here's an example of our long stick midi working a reverse look. In this clip, you will see our short stick D midi use a reverse move to create a great unsettled scoring opportunity. This last one, again, our long stick midi acts as if he's going to the box, the sub, and just simply reverses direction, creating another scoring opportunity for us. After we've done a reverse move once or twice with our subbing midi or long stick, the opponent is thinking we will be going back toward the goal again. This would be an ideal time for what we call our fake reverse. In this look, you can see that we gain separation with a fake reverse. However, we could have executed our sub here better by having our pole run in a straight line to the midfield and having our entry midi, number 38, be 5 yards off the midfield line. Another wrinkle we have in our substitution game is what we refer to as our tuna pick. Here you will see our long stick midi going to set a pick for the ball carrier in an attempt to create a defensive switch or further confusion amongst the two defenders. With our opponent committed to subbing through the midfield, this would have been a great time for our pole to reverse and create a 6-on-5 unsettled situation. In these last clips, we will show you examples of our hangman series. In these clips, you will see our subbing player move to the bench side box area before he subs. This hangman look allows us to sub quickly or slowly. It can also allow us to play in a 5-on-5 matchup, which can prevent the defense from setting up in a zone and hopefully put them in an uncomfortable position to slide. Couple coaching points here are: number one, get our opponent that is covering our hangman to look away to the ball. This gives the hangman an advantage to beat his guy to the box. Second, as we mentioned earlier, we want our subbing midfielder to be at least 5 yards off the midfield line to gain that full sprint into the downhill dodge. This creates an unsettled situation where the defense has to slide. Here's an example of a great hangman substitution look that we don't execute because we fail to get the ball in the highway area. If executed properly, we clearly would have had a transition opportunity. Here you will see an example of a reverse out of our hangman look. In this situation, you will see our subbing midi run a fake reverse from the hangman area. We would like to sell this a little better, but we still gain separation that creates an advantage for our midi coming in from the midfield line. We hope that you have enjoyed this presentation. Please feel free to reach out with any questions. Thank you again to the University of Richmond staff for starting this program. We hope that you and your family stay safe and healthy, and we look forward to seeing everyone back on the field soon.